Forged in Chaotic Spew is the debut full-length from Thra, a Phoenix, Arizona-based sludge metal band who I would describe as extreme sludge metal or very lightly blackened, mostly sludge death metal in its hybridization. And they've developed the sound beyond about 2016. They put out a 2017 demo that was much more in the just aggressive sludge metal side of things. And then around 2019, they sort of had their breakthrough in terms of incorporating more modern, simplified, old school influenced death metal into their sound. And that led to something a little bit more chunky, a little bit just generally darker than expected. And when I reviewed that EP back in 2019, I appreciated the band's sound. I think Camo Pants Records was still putting things out. They kind of paused for a few years here. And I liked the interesting newer, younger bands that they were bringing up. So this was a standout, one that stuck in mind only because I have interest in sludge metal, both modern and the origination of the genre and whatnot. And I felt like this band kind of got both ends of the spectrum. They were obviously maybe more on the sludge metal side of things, and sludge is less popular today, but if you're looking for a way that those two interests could be combined in a feasible way where the hybrid makes sense and it is pretty decent, let's cut into a song and we'll kind of get there right away with that sound. So the way that Thra have evolved over the years certainly focuses on sludge metal and sludge metal sound, the hardcore side of it, the sort of grating, noisome side of it, a lot of like guitar feedback and dark ambience, and a little bit of post metal touch in there. There's a certain atmospheric woe that looms over this record that makes it dark and aggressive and whatnot. But the death metal sort of interrupts that and gives it a little bit of life and push while keeping it mid-paced, mid to slow-paced, really. And it never becomes a death doom metal record so much as it is it really is a death sludge metal record where there's like almost a 50-50 parody to the hybrid, and maybe that transcends different ages or pulls from different canon, but ultimately it works together as a hybrid. And the most interesting thing about this record is that it does touch upon some black and sludge and some death metal ideas, which are all fairly surface level, but still interesting in combination. So there's something there for the palette that wants those things in combination to see how they work. And I don't think the riffs are quite there. I don't think that the interest in underground death metal is particularly there. But as an experiment and work that they've done over the years, I think they've sort of worked out something that makes sense. And it really makes the most sense when we get to Blistering Eternity. I think it's a song where everything comes together. They show what they have and what they can do and how it all can work together. But they needed more songs of that caliber on this record. It feels like they figured it out at the end, and the last two pieces are really the strongest part of the experience. So they have a ways to go. But for now, I think this is worth a moderately high recommendation. I think that they've always had a lot of promise in what they were doing, and now they've gotten some pretty strong backing to sort of show what they can do to start. And the next release will probably be most crucial to see how they work with what they've learned so far. But for now, this is kind of a cool edge case in modern death metal interest, as well. It's also something particularly aggressive and interesting for the sludge metal fan who wants something that goes a little bit more over the top and doesn't stick to every trope. So worth checking out. Go ahead and read the review on the site, and this should be out in about 5 days or so.